it does say next to it, heating hot water.
Yep.
I'll switch that off. And hopefully you look up at the screen there, little plug's gone. Okay, see that?
Yeah, little plug's
so
gone.
if you want to operate it on electric, that has to be switched on. Okay, obviously you need to be plugged into electric as well, but that is the main thing, to make sure that is switched on, heating hot water on. Okay?
Yeah.
So
What else if we want to use it on gas?
Yeah, I'll show you that.
Okay.
Obviously you need to...
Sorry,
all
I'm
you need to do
leaping
is turn
ahead,
the gas
aren't I?
on. Yeah, you are,
Yeah.
But I'll show you how to connect all that in a minute. But that is what you're showing on the screen now. So if that's not there, either you haven't plugged your cable in, or the bollard's been tripped, or you haven't switched the master switch on under the bed. Okay, to change anything, press the menu button. So with the temperature, it's just a matter of, obviously maximum is 30, plus or minus. Okay, so if you look at the main screen, if you don't want the heating on, all you need to do is bring the temperature set below the room temperature. Okay, it only goes down, it goes as low as 5. So in the summer, all you need to do, bring it, if you heard it go clunk then.
Yeah.
So bring it below the temperature of the room, circulation pumps goes off. Okay, when the temperature drops down to that point, obviously it'll turn back on.
Back on again.
Okay, happy with that bit?
Yeah.
I just want to increase the temperature again just to show you.
Please.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so sometimes if you're fairly close to it, it might not come on. Within 1 or 2 degrees, it thinks, oh, I can't be bothered to come on yet, I'll wait until another degree. But the next one is water heating. Okay, so that's water heating off. Press the plus button, it goes green. Half a triangle coloured in, that's the normal running for your water heating. Okay, if you want to, you can boost it. So if I press the plus button again, full colour triangle coloured in, as you hear it just go clunk again, that was actually the pump being switched off for the heating. So what it's doing on the boost is concentrating all the heating on the hot water tank now. If I had the heating running, it would be drawing the heat away from it. So what it's doing is, if you look at the main screen now, circulation pump's been switched off. It's now going to concentrate all the heating on the hot water for half an hour. Okay, after that, half an hour, it'll allow it to come back on again. Okay, so it'll revert back to normal running.
If you have
Or
it
you can
on
do it, or you can do it
half,
by
it'll-
manually.
Yeah, if you have it on half, it won't turn the heating off.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only when you boost it. And boosting is obviously trying to concentrate all the hot water.
So
before
like
the
if
heat.
you just arrive and you think, oh, I want that water quickly,
Yes,
then
you do that, yeah.
can use a bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
if you're really desperate for some hot water. Right, okay, next one is the energy. So that's off. So I've got no energy at all now. Press the plus button, goes green. I've got 1 kilowatt of electric, or if I want 2 or 3.
Gotcha.
And if I want gas, that's gas on. Okay. In the summer, obviously electric alone may be efficient enough. So obviously you heat your water, because fingers crossed you don't need the heating. Okay. So you've got to remember that obviously 2 or 3 kilowatt, if you imagine at home, if you've got an electric kettle, 2 or 3 kilowatt is probably what energy that is burning at. And all that's doing is just heating your kettle up. The energy that's using the 2 or 3 kilowatts in that corner there on the boiler is trying to heat up 10 litres of water and this room. So if you try and heat everything up on 2 or 3 kilowatts, it's going to struggle. It might be okay in the summer because you only want just to take the chill off. But in this time of year, obviously it's a lot colder. So the best thing to do is operate on both electric and gas.
So you can do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
operate both on electric and gas. Then what that will do is, obviously from cold, use both energies, gets up to temperature, switches the gas off, it does it itself, and then it'll tick over on electric. So obviously how good the insulation these vans are, once you get up to temperature, it will remain a reasonable temperature. Unless obviously someone leaves the door wide open, and that's different. But so it will use both energies to obviously get up
Will
there.
it click back on, the gas back on again if it needs it again?
Yeah. So if the temperature drops, or you use all the hot water, it'll fire up again. So it'll similarly probably like a boiler at home. If you've got a gas boiler at home, it will click back in when it needs it. Okay, but obviously because you've got the electric, obviously it will tick over on that. It'll keep the water a reasonable temperature, keep your room a reasonable temperature until you want that extra, and then the gas will kick in.
We didn't realise what a fantastic thing we were buying.
No,
Right.
obviously it's just slightly different than your last one, but
Oh, I like.
yeah. But the funny thing is, this system, the basic system, has been around since about 1947. something like that. But it's only just in recent times
Got
with
lot
caravans.
enough to
it's-
get in caravans.
Yeah, or at least in the British market, but probably around, I don't know, 10 years perhaps. Okay,
Right.
happy with that bit?
Yeah.
What I'll do, I'll just show there's a further menu. I'll switch the gas off now. There's a further menu, so if I'll just go briefly through that because there's quite a few different icons. First one you come to is your clock. So obviously you need to set a clock if you want to use any of the timers. That's the compressor just kicking in now. The first one along that little moon icon, that's a nighttime reduced temperature timer. So obviously some people during the day quite happy to have it quite hot, but then at night time they don't like it when they're trying to sleep. So what you can do is set it to a lower temperature on a timer. So we say to come on at 10 o'clock at a lower temperature. It won't reduce that temperature down to that, but it will just naturally drop and then hold it at that temperature. That's it. After a few seconds it goes back to your main screen. That's it. The next one along is a 7-day timer, so that's just sun. The bottom left is a delayed timer, so that egg timer there. It's a delayed timer, so what you can do is set it for one item a week or one time a week. So if you say you've got it on at home, you like to air it out once a week, you can set that to say come on at, I don't know, say Monday at 9 o'clock and go off 24 hours later. Okay?
Yeah.
Next one, prioritisation. I just talked about, obviously it's prioritised to electric at the moment, so that's why the gas will be shut off when it gets up to temperature. You could change it the other way around, not sure why you'd want to do that, but obviously prioritise electric. Obviously when you get, pay for your pitch, normally electric comes with it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be using your gas if you can help it. This one is to do with your thermostat calibration, so it's called offset. If the screen's showing 30 degrees and obviously it's a lot colder than that, it's not going to allow the heating to come on because it's at maximum already. You obviously can calibrate it by using that. Okay. Next one along, your screen display. Obviously the backlight of it is bright at the moment, and it does glow quite nicely in the night time, which is quite good if you like night lights. But if you don't like night lights, it's you can change it to a dark setting, which, as it says on the tin, is dark. You can still see the boiler's operating because there's a green light there. If I press the screen, it lights it back up, and then the other version, oh wrong one, that one, invert. So what that is, dark screen and icons still lit so you can see what's happening. Okay, but the main one is bright. You can change the brightness of the screen by plus or minus there. This one here, that's to do with bacteria in your hot water tank. Okay, if the tank's not getting up to temperature well enough, obviously you're drawing a lot of heat and water at the same time, temperature doesn't quite get high enough to kill off any bacteria. What you can do, if you've got your clock set, that's switched on, will actually boost the water temperature at around about 2 o'clock in the morning, obviously while you're asleep. Boost it up to above that temperature that obviously you can survive.
Oh, Legionnaires.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Next one along, oh, too late. Next one along that's to do with the pump. So remember the little circular icon about heat pump. What that is obviously at the moment it's thermostatically controlled, so when it gets to temperature it switches the pump off. What you can do is have it on continuous. If you really want to switch it to continuous, heat will obviously just churn around the van all the time. The only problem with that is obviously it's going to reduce the temperature in your hot water tank. Obviously it's not going to get up to that temperature that you may require. That one there has to do with buttons going beep if you want to. That one there is language, so you want to talk French or German to it, you can do. External, that's if somebody wants to connect, obviously engineer, connect a laptop to it and check out how the boiler's operating. Anything that's got grey on it does not apply to this particular van,
Right.
so it doesn't work. Then what you've also got is service, which is if you're talking to the service or any of the engineers on the phone because you're having problems, they may ask you to press that button to see what temperatures that the boiler's operating at. Reset, as it says, you will reset the system, and install accessories. You need to go and install accessories because if you are deciding to operate off your app the heating, I'll just switch that on now. That's the third party panel switched on, so that can communicate from there to there now.
Right.
Okay. It won't make it effective if you don't. It won't make any effect if I leave that switched on and you don't operate it via the command panel.
Okay.
But if you haven't got that switched on, it won't work. Okay.
I think so.
Hopefully,
I'm glad we have doing the video.
Yeah.
Well, that's the good thing about that, because even though you probably might have been caravanning for a few years,